Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Women of BSV. Today, we are joined by the awesome Ruth Huseman, the amazing Casey Hamilton, and the absolutely phenomenal Jess Hart, who is Artofchain from Toronto, Canada, and she's at the BSV headquarters with the amazing art mural of the most famous NFTs in the whole BSV space, which she has drawn and painted herself, which are amazing, and right behind her. Welcome to the show, Jess.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure, honestly.
It was lovely to meet you the other day in Spaces, actually. Yeah. We kind of bumped into.
That was something new for me because I just, I kept seeing those on Twitter. I thought I should listen in on some of these things just so I can get a better understanding. I like to learn. I like to get different points of view, opinions, and stuff like that. So it was really nice, and it was a pleasure just to see you jump in. I'm like, oh, I know someone.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, no. I don't always reckon well. I don't know. I was like, I had the phone on my desk, so I didn't actually see a name for a while. And I realised who it was. So tell us a bit about yourself, Jess. You're an artist.
Yeah, basically. Like everyone that does art, I've always started since I was a kid, drawing, sketching. Mostly, I was a sketch artist. Okay, so I enjoyed portraits. I enjoyed black and white, charcoal. For the longest time, I don't know, color scared me for a while because I just didn't know. Nobody ever taught me how to paint. And then I moved to Rome. I moved to Italy for 5 years. I stayed there. I did my degree in art history out there. And I ended up taking a painting class. And then that was my introduction to it. I never looked back. I was like, this is it.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Art history.
To do it in Italy. Oh my God.
I was just going to say that as well. I agreed. Like spending 5 years in Rome after art history, learning art in, oh my gosh, how phenomenal an experience. Do you speak Italian?
I do. The funny thing is I speak it better than my husband, who's actually Italian. I'm only parts, I'm a mix. I'm like Italian, Polish, Irish, but I'm Canadian. So I'm, a real United Nations with my background, but, he's full, but he understands, he doesn't speak it as well. Like I learned it was trial by fire because I literally I went to McMaster University. I was doing cultural anthropology, more out of a sense of I've got to do something. So I'll pick something in humanities. Wasn't my thing. It was interesting, but it wasn't my calling. And I just, after about 3 years, I quit that, worked, saved up money, and then I bought a one-way ticket, right? And that was my thing. I just went. And I had to learn the hard way, like from listening to people on the street. So I mean, in a way, I can kind of understand what it feels like to be an immigrant, because you go someplace, you don't speak the language, you don't have anybody to rely on, no friends, family, nobody. And it was like the experience of a lifetime, basically. Really, it just opened up a whole new world for me.
Living on your
way. One thing to see art on slides, like I know it's difficult to understand, but like when I went to go see the art in person, it was like I woke up for the first time from a dream. It was like that type of thing, right? So it just reinvigorated my passion.
So majestic.
And ever since, I came back in 2009. So I mean, it was like 2004 to 2009 that I was there, and I came back. And, just have my kids, so that kind of putting a monkey wrench into things because now I got to pay the bills, right? But like ever since COVID, ever since things have changed up, we've been going back to what we want to do, reevaluating life, going back to like what we really are passionate about. And that's this, and mainly I got into the whole BSV thing, obviously through my husband. And, it's been an awesome learning experience ever since.
Mentioned that your husband is Bitcoin Apostle.
Yes, that's something that's not really widely known. I asked him today, I'm like, do you want me to say that, or is that a secret? I don't know, but no, we just, we're private people. Like as much as his videos are out there, like we're private people, and but this is what we're passionate about, right? This is you. this is really what we want to focus on. We don't want to get into our whole like personal lives as much, right? Because that's just, it's secondary, right, to what we believe in, what we're trying to achieve here. So if you heard some noise in the background, that was him with a couple people. He's gonna pop his head in.
Oh, good. Yeah. Encourage that. Yeah.
I will. Yeah. So it's my backstory.
Well, I mean, it sounds glorious. Like, who gets to go to Italy for 5 years to study? I mean, that's amazing. Did you ever get a job there afterwards, or were you studying for the whole 5?
I did. Well, so actually, initially, I went to teach English as a second language because I didn't have the idea to go back to school right away. Right, I wanted to work and I wanted to just travel and experience stuff. And while I was there and I was teaching ESL, I ran into some Americans, and then I found out about the university there. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool, right? And I thought, I'm walking by all of this history and all of this art and all of this architecture, and I know absolutely nothing about what I'm looking at. And it just seemed like such a huge shame, and I wanted to know more. So I enrolled. I was one of the first graduating classes there, actually. Now they have quite a few. AUR, you can look them up. There's a lot of people that just don't study abroad there anymore. They go there and they actually complete their studies. And but it's a little community, right? It's a smaller university, but it's got a lot of big name people that go and endorse it and talk, and it's kind of an exciting place to be. It was really cool. So yeah, I went back to school while I was there. After about a year, I think, of being there, and then I completed my degree in a shorter time period because I got some of my credits applied over there and stuff like that.
So did you cover like technical art, design, architecture, like ancient Rome and everything as well? And then like the Renaissance period and everything. I mean, do you have a specific style that stands out more than anything to you as well? But like,
Yeah, I do. So part of the art history degree, I had to actually like choose a thesis, right, to complete my studies. I was really interested in the whole Counter-Reformation, basically like the end of the Renaissance, the beginning of the Baroque. A lot of those styles, I did my thesis on Michelangelo and a lot of his pieces. That gets into a whole technical world of its own. A lot of people look at the Sistine Chapel, something, they'll go, oh my God, he really painted those figures in a masculine way. He must have been a homosexual or this or that. Like there's all these different theories that circle around in the art world. And my thesis was like picking apart that and just going, well, you can't necessarily look at the ancient world with the lens of modern day. Okay, so you have to pick apart the iconography and what's going on and figure out what's behind it, because there was different views about men and women's bodies in art. Excuse me. Specifically, like how they were viewed. Women were viewed as weak, men were stronger. So anyone who was spiritually important would have a more masculine looking body, right? Like that was in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it, but that was my thesis, and that's what I really enjoyed the most while I was there. But I did do a lot of traveling. I went to the modern art museums, went to Nice, Picasso and all of that. Did a lot of Matisse.
Did you go to St. Paul de Vence, near Grasse, which is just sort of Cansumer, which is not too far from Nice?
No, I don't know.
Well, I only mentioned that because I lived there for a summer 1 year, and St. Paul de Vence and Vence itself is actually a 13th century village where they actually teach art, and a lot of the old Renaissance, artists and everybody used to go there just to chill out and admire the French Riviera and stuff. And Nice is an amazing place as well. There's a lot of ruins and stuff in really.
I mean, I went there with my my French Canadian, French, and they kind of looked at me a little bit strange, but but I loved it there. I would love to go back. It was just such an amazing spot.
You're so lucky. I live in England, and I've never been to Italy. It's like one of the places that I must get to.
Doesn't it feel like the closer you live to things, sometimes you just see it, right? Then, people come from far away and they've seen things that are around the corner from you. And you're like, oh, just didn't get around to doing it. Didn't go see it. It's always that's the way it is with us here too.
So what was your favorite? Was it the Sistine Chapel? What was the most beautiful, impressive painting?
Well, you know what? There was quite a few out of the way churches, right? And I actually really enjoyed seeing Caravaggio. Those works of art, like most people will recognize his name because it's pretty big, but it's just the drama of it, right? The contrast between the dark and the light. Like his works had a little bit more theatricality to it, right? A little bit more depth. I love Michelangelo's works as well, like going to see the Pietà, like his sculptures and things like that in Florence and other places. You actually can go to the Buonarroti Museum is like his family name, right? Michelangelo Buonarroti was his name. And they have quite a few, luckily through the university, we got in to see a lot of private collections that we wouldn't normally have seen just as tourists. So that was, I can't pick one in my mind necessarily that stands out. Obviously, the first time I walked into the Sistine Chapel or actually the Sistine Chapel, it's beautiful, but you're struck at how far away the ceiling is because you're used to seeing the images blown up in person, right? And when you're standing there and you can't take pictures and you're like, but I wish I could zoom in and I can't. That's a little bit of a letdown, right? Because you really want to go up and close and see, like his actual technique and what he did and how he almost killed himself, painting that thing. Like I can't imagine. Just as an artist trying to paint this, if I imagine painting on, like upside down, like this all day long, like the physical toll it takes on your body is just just hunched over, doing details. Like it's physical work, right? It's what a lot of people don't realize, but but it's such a satisfying feeling when you complete it, when you look at it. Going from canvas to this is like, I like the wall. I'll take the wall every time because I love it so much more.
So you prefer to paint a mural than a painting?
Oh yeah. It has way more effect. It's bigger. You can do more things. You can transform spaces that might look ugly. You can camouflage them. You can make them look like totally different, right? And it's only now that my kids are getting a little bit older. I've got more free time. I'm like, doing my freelance work, and like I've got time now to actually pursue this, and it's just such an awesome thing now I never had before. So I don't have a huge body of works to like draw from to show people, oh, this is what I've done, but it's coming now. Now I have the time to do it, and it's going to be my thing.
I'm happy to hear that. It's awesome seeing someone like step into their passion and be able to do it for their, sustainability and stuff. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Where did the idea of a wall come from? Where did that blossom from?
So this has been my husband's workspace for the longest time. Okay. Even before he got into BSV. And I would come in here. And it's like, a lot of just guys worked here, hung out here. And it's not really like an appealing place before it got transformed, right? And I would see this wall, and I don't know if you can tell, but, it's got no, hold on. See, it's a standalone wall. I would look at it every day, and I would say, you really should paint something on that. Like, let me paint it. I'll paint it. We'll do something with that because the wall itself looks like a piece of art. If you stand back from it, it has no borders, right? And I just thought it was the most ideal spot for a mural because it has no ceilings you have to tape. It has nothing, encroaching on it. And yeah, like I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, how tall is that?
It's like down below, up above. Awesome. I'm very bad at this, but
Is
right?
your
It's
internet
kind of hard to see unless I stand back and move it
Yeah.
around completely. But then the actual NFTs came from, you know, my husband got really into the BSV and NFT world, and he's a huge collector. Like, he absolutely lives and breathes this stuff. So initially I looked at it and I thought, that's art? What is that? Explain this to me. You know, like, I don't understand. Like, I'm a painter. Explain the process of this. Why is it important? Why would somebody buy this over my painting? You know, what's the deal, right? And it's been a process. It's been over years that I've been with him, you know, getting our little collections and doing our things. But it's more about the technology that really interests us, right? And then the fact that if I can, you know, I can try and sell my paintings, or I can go to somebody's house and paint a mural and sell it, and I'm reaching a small audience, right? Like, it's difficult unless you're a big painter, unless you have a studio. You know, you got to make a certain amount of money. It's very difficult to reach people with your art on a broader scale. I don't know if anybody's had that experience, but that's mine. I've tried the whole Instagram thing. I've tried the whole, you know, just marketing, mom groups, things like that. It's very, very difficult to try and sell. Everybody has a talent and everybody's selling something, right? So it's hard to make a living that way. But I love the idea that I can take, you know, what's beautiful about all of these people's hard work, and we can try and knit it together to tell a story, right? That was really what we wanted to do with this concept. You know, it's not about like, oh, look at us, we're doing a mural. Like, you know, it's not just about tooting our own horn. It's about bringing everybody's hard work together and trying to recognize how hard, like, a lot of these people work just to get their art out there. And we know what that feels like. Like, I do. So, you know, John brought his NFTs together, put them all, you know, on a page and said, what can you do with this? And, you know, drawing from like my style, I really like to tell a story. I like there to be kind of, you know, nuances to it. I like it to work as a whole piece. So it's kind of like a dream, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can see, hold on. Silhouette of the girl, I really, you know, it's like retro art, right? I don't know if you've seen a lot of the retro style 70s, you know. I took it from something like where the girl had a big afro and stuff like that, but I made it look more like me, I guess. Like, it's like my idea. So I was like, okay, well, I can't just, I'm not Black, I'm not with an afro there, but still, like, yeah, I just wanted it to be like almost all this creativity is spewing forth from her mouth, right? So all these different worlds and all these different projects and things, you know, and one kind of blends into the other. So I did kind of change like the Oni here, right? This one right here, sorry, with the dragon. The Onis don't look like that in the actual NFT, right? The dragon just comes over the head and it's pretty stagnant. But what I wanted to do is take these NFTs, represent them in a realistic way, but kind of bring them to life a little bit more, right? So that's why you have the dragon kind of coming out. The rabbit hole is interesting because it doesn't come from any particular NFT at all. Originally, sorry, I'm going to try and get this better if I can stand up here. Originally, the frog was supposed to be my husband's face. Right? And that was supposed to be him going down the rabbit hole of the NFTs. You know, obviously, the whole like Alice in Wonderland thing. You know, we do, there are some like little secrets in here. We have our own stuff that we're developing, games and whatnot. I can't talk too much about it.
So are there Easter eggs in there then?
So there is like in the clock here, there's a little symbol you probably can't see, but it will be important coming up. You can see the little hand.
Oh, right, like holding.
We're designing something else. It's a game that's going to be coming up, but I got to keep a lot of it under wraps right now because, you know,
dropping little tidbits
there yet. Yeah. But basically that's it, right? So I've got all this stuff blending in together. As we started with just the collections that we owned, right? Because and the whole point is not ripping off people's collections or pieces that we don't own. So all of these ones are actually his, the Gopniks behind the Slavets. And then as we went along and people start to get interested, we got a lot of messages like, oh, can you please put mine up there or this? Or we thought, okay, well, we don't have enough there. There's too many good projects, right? Like there's so many we want to include. And there just wasn't enough space. So, like we included the Zoids, this gentleman down here, the moose. It's magenta. I can never pronounce it properly. I'm not doing it justice. Magita. I've never heard it said, so I've just read it. So we included them, and some people tried to send us NFTs. These guys behind me here.
Oh, Zatoshi's correct.
Yeah, and Zatoshi's, he gave us permission to use his for fun. And of course, down below here is the project, the Psycho Parrots, that we're involved in as well. So Bitcoin Apostle and Fernburn working together. Those guys are child from forever, since they were kids. And, Fern's another one, like I think he's here too, and he's going to pop in. Like I almost have to knock on the window to get these guys because they're probably out having a smoke right now, but I got to tell them to come in and pop in and say hi. But
hey, you got to mention our thing.
What's that? Sorry. And God, yeah, I almost forgot. So hold on, let me come closer and go up. Sorry about that. And here we have. So what I wanted to do. No, wait, a little bit more. There we go.
Oh, look. That's our logo.
Women of BSV hat on the Duro dog. I was trying to think. I don't know if you can see it as well. Hold on, let me get a little bit closer.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know we made it on your wall as well then. Yeah. That's brilliant.
With the collar as well. Just because, there's a lot of different things on here, but I've been following you guys since the start, and I thought, sorry, but there has to be some sort of women's contribution on here. Absolutely, because I'm not just celebrating, BSV is a big, it's full of a lot of men, right, who have accomplished.
It's a big boys club, yeah, at times.
A big boys club, right, and can't have that.
No.
It's all of that. There's a lot of women that are working really hard too, and who aren't getting the recognition that they deserve. So
very much so. I agree with that statement and that sentiment completely. So this is one of the reasons for doing this, is to honour the women that are also in the space. I know we have males on our show and when we talk to everybody, but really it is about sort of, we want to get as many people and as many females as we can as possible to sort of come and just, tell us what you're doing and show everybody what you're doing and just honor that within the space, and the fact that females do have a massive contribution, and sometimes they aren't rewarded in kind of the same way. So it is nice to be able to do this for people. And I personally, I've said this before, but I really appreciate the fact that we get some amazing feedback. It's absolutely wonderful, and people do watch and they are interested as well, because like you say, there's some amazing talent within this ecosystem. With this,
Day I look and I see something new that someone's doing. Even Ray's project, the Molly match. Like I'm
that's gonna be
really excited for that. I want to see what she's done. I wish we could have just, throwing too much stuff on the wall. That's why we want to do more projects, because it'll be better. I want to do everybody's work justice if we include it. So
absolutely love how you incorporated Women of BSV on the Duro dog. That is like that's super cool.
I think it went very
well. When my husband, because he has obviously that's his Duro dog, and when I was playing with it, I'm like, wait a minute, you got Women of BSV accessories on here? I'm like, that's so cool. Like, okay, we're doing that one. Obviously, he's like, but look at that. I'm like, no, this is the one.
Yeah, no, I just absolutely love that we have such little fun things like that in this space to play with, and with branding for marketing. It's just a whole new world out there for this kind of stuff. And Ruth is killing it with our assets like that. So I'm super tickled that you did that on the dog.
Yeah. Well, you guys, like I said, I'm new to the the whole like BSV world, right? So I'm doing my little course. I'm doing my little BSV Academy course, trying to like learn more about it, learn about the technology. I mean, it's there. It's all free, right? I'm like, why wouldn't I take advantage of that opportunity? It's amazing. I have absolutely no computer background whatsoever, so it's difficult for me to wade through a lot of it, but I'm getting there. And
if you want to start a study group, I'm doing the same stuff in my own little time, but it would be great to do together as our little ecosystem.
Because sometimes going through that, I have questions too, and then I have to go back to come here.
Come on in.
Here.
Hey, awesome, man.
Bit of a hero.
Nice to meet you.
We watch all your videos.
Yeah.
And thank you for buying all the NFTs so that Jess could paint them on your wall. That's amazing.
I know.
Beautiful.
Oh,
and thank you for everything you do as well. I see you on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
Killing it out there.
I enjoyed what you posted today. It was like a mixture of Batman and like Five Nights at Freddy's if your kids play that.
You guys, you tell them about Crypto Fern?
Well, we went through the Psycho Parrots, but I thought he was going to come in.
Yeah.
He's here, right?
He's here.
Yeah, so you got to just to say a quick hello because they were wondering when you guys were going to come.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, hang out with us.
Did you tell them about BSV hitters? The wall, did you show them or no?
No, I didn't show them. Okay, go.
Oh, can we find something else out? Nice.
Yeah, we're doing the new project, so that
it looks like Casey's background.
Yeah, I said that we're working on this. Like, it does have a Space Galaxy background to it. The new project we're working on. That's the BSV Heavy Hitters wall, so it's going to be a lot of different portraits all put together. I don't want to talk about exactly the design concept because it's going to be a surprise, but this one's going to be a little bit more labor intensive, right? Because we're taking real people, not cartoons, and we're putting it together in a really cool collage.
That's exciting.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just
sorry, Case. I was just going to say, I've seen some of your portraits and they're phenomenal. They're amazing.
Yeah, because pencil drawings, faces and hands were always. I love that, right? So I was never like a landscape artist or anything like that. It was always more people and things, and I haven't done a lot of I'm gonna do some water and stuff, but you'll see, like, I've done a lot of space themes, like on different walls, that for sure. Some mountains, but those are the murals, right? So those are like just to fill spaces and stuff like that, but this one is going to be really, really cool. It's going to be, we've narrowed down, just based on different people's feedback, we've narrowed down who they would like to see up there with, John's calling them the heavy hitters, like the people who are influencing the most, I guess, right? And we're trying not to, get into like a favorites contest or anything like that, or who does more. It's more about their contribution, right? It's like, what have they contributed to the BSV world? What are they doing that helps the community, I guess? I know there's a lot of different personalities involved, and there's a lot of different
factions, shall we say,
stuff going on. But there's different factions, but we're like, what we're interested in is just what they've done. That's it. Not the personality involved necessarily.
Do you remember I did a Halloween collection and a Christmas collection, similar sort of concept? I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but basically the people in the space who've made kind of significant contributions in one way or another, but then also all of the women of BSV. So we're like got all the
immortalized.
Famous BSVs, but because the women of BSV, it's so fun to put us all in costumes, Halloween and Christmas costumes and stuff. But I'll have to send you a link to it.
Send me a link.
Yeah, because it is really fun to kind of imagine them in different landscapes and settings and stuff.
Yeah.
You can get them all in the same space together.
That's what I'm saying. Putting them all in the same space, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, quite difficult.
Yeah.
Talk about how you're going to mint this wall as well.
Yeah, so it's coming out on the 21st. You will have seen Bitcoin Apostle here he is again. You'll have seen his post about that, right? We're getting ready for the big mint date. 21st, we're having a little party here in the BSV lounge. We're gonna have some music. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a countdown, and
are you gonna live stream?
Yeah, we're gonna live stream from Twitch TV.
Yeah.
On my friend's a DJ in Toronto. He's a really big DJ here, so he's going to be going live on his channel on Twitch. You guys are familiar with that, right?
So what? No, tell us what his channel is.
No,
what time you starting? Twitch or Twitch? Twitch TV.
It's called Twitch TV.
Twitch TV.
Yeah.
Twitch TV.
I think it's Twitch TV.
Twitch, sorry.
I was going to say Twitch. Yeah, Twitch.
There's Twitter,
Twitch. Is Twitch now got a
Too
live
many
streaming platform as well?
Time probably, yeah.
When I first heard about Twitch, I was like, why would they go so similar to Twitter?
To Twitch.
And
To Twitch, yeah.
All three of
And
them,
Twitter,
right?
Yeah.
Very similar, but whatever.
It's a combination of the names, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be like etching your tweet on the blockchain, Twitch.
Yeah, I guess
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are these NFTs going to be available for us to buy on RelayX or?
It's going to be, we're going to mint on BSVWall.com.
Yeah.
And Puacorn there?
Yeah.
We have
he set up our page for us.
Yeah.
And we'll be minting with RelayX wallets.
Yeah.
Cool.
And right on the page. And then there will be a link. We'll be live on YouTube, Twitch TV. And TikTok.
Yeah.
Cool. So we just need to go to BSVWall.com on the 21st of June. What time are you starting?
There'll be a countdown. It'll probably be 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
Sweet. So that's 7 p.m. BST.
Yeah.
And what's that? What time is that for you, Casey?
1:43.
It would be around now. Time we would mint that this time now.
Okay.
And we're gonna have drinks and
Oh, I'm definitely going to be tuning into that then. That's going to be awesome.
And on Meetup. You guys are you on Meetup?
Yes.
There's a somewhat.
We're doing a meetup on that.
I know what Meetup is, yeah.
There'll be a meetup. So we have whatever, we just started to count. We got
let's say 21st is the longest day as well. That's midsummer, isn't it?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, Midsummer's Eve.
Summer solstice.
Summer solstice, yeah, exactly.
Significant date, yeah.
Yeah.
And could you explain to us about the BSV Clubhouse, the building you're in? Is there any way we, carrying around the camera and showing us it a bit?
Oh, you want to see it now?
Yeah. Is it like the Toronto BSV Citadel or something?
You gotta move slow so it doesn't.
We got the lounge here, and we got some
Are they your NFTs?
They're actually Fernburn's NFTs. From Psycho Parrots.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys hear about Psycho Parrots? We're involved with them. We're involved with them. He's my partner. And this is the other wall that we're talking about. That looks like that's starting.
It's gonna have the universe background.
Can you see it? But this whole room is going to be full of NFTs.
Oh,
we're going to clear out all the garbage. Never mind the garbage in here, but there's 4 or 5 walls. And then after we would have a table in the middle and we could do some shows in here, right? It'll be full of BSV NFTs all over the wall. This is Crypto Fern right here.
Hey.
Hey,
hi, how are you? How's everybody?
The man right here.
How are you?
He drew the Crypto Parrots.
Great.
Nice to meet you guys all. Nice to meet you. Pleasure.
We are full-time BSVers.
100%. I changed my whole career in December was my last time, and then ever since December, I haven't stopped drawing, creating things. I'm addicted. I love it. I'm going.
Wow.
Honestly, it's like, you know, like Christmas Day. Always jump out of bed. That's the way it's been for me every day. It's been a dream of mine. I used to be in entertainment before, but now with everything that's happening in crypto and NFTs and designing and stuff, I had to get back into it and say, God gave me a gift. Let me use it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
fabulous.
amazing.
So are you the Psycho Parrots guy then?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Was that your first NFT collection that you dropped?
This is going to be the first one, correct? This is the first one. This is the first one and not the last one. I already have the next one already on the go. So it's
are we
honestly,
allowed to know anything about that?
Pardon?
I said, are we allowed to know anything about the next one that you're dropping when you're dropping your next
We
collection?
got the Psycho Parrots right now, which are considered a little bit of villains. And now we're going to be doing Psycho Parrot Heroes, which is going to be Psycho Parrots 2. It's kind of a little bit of a storyline where then we're going to create the war between the two. And then I have a surprise where they're going to change, all of them are going to change into something.
Yeah.
BSV's fun.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And what we're bringing now is I want to change it a little bit because I feel that my biggest strength was marketing and promoting. I feel that if you bring a little bit of entertainment into the NFT community, that we're going to call it NFT entertainment. It is crazy. You guys are going to lots of things are going to be happening, guys.
Yeah.
Like bringing in that movie feeling vibe with commercials and music and everything and amplifying it more exciting. This is going to make BSV. Everyone's going to want to come here. That's my goal. Outside the box, I want to get the outsiders in the real box, which is BSV.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Where are you minting the parrots then? Because I don't think I know. Where are you minting the parrots?
No.
Oh, where am I minting them? I'm minting them. Okay, we are minting them on RelayX.
It is Relay. Okay.
RelayX. Correct. They're going to be.
So, would you do a drop on Rare Candy at all? I mean, is that like? Explain the difference, because for people that don't know, I've minted on RelayX, but never on Rare Candy. But you are big NFTers, so what's the difference between the two platforms from your perspective?
Really, when I just look at it as an artist and as a collector, I think the difference is just the template being used right now. But I heard that RelayX is changing the whole template for the NFT market, where it's going to be better for buyers and artists. It helps both of us. Like Twetch, Rare Candy, if you look, it's very easy for the buyer. They make it interesting, flashy. They come in, it's easy to distinguish rarities and go through the lists where you want to see the whole collection on one page. It doesn't tell you in or out when you're scrolling. These issues are being fixed, like I was told. Jack Lou answered 7. I think there were 7 questions that needed to be answered regarding collectors and artists, what we wanted. And Rare Candy's awesome. RelayX is awesome, but the way Rare Candy stepped it up is really, really good. That's the difference. That's the difference. No, Rare Candy. Rare Candy. That system, that template they have is very easy. You could add some videos out there. Other people have posted on BSV that some outsiders from Ethereum tried the template of Rare Candy, how easy it was. All the wallets are integrated. You don't got to go buy other coins and trade this for this to buy this. Or when you list your NFTs, you're being charged a fee each and every time outside of BSV. You're being charged just to list the fee, when on BSV, I can list it 500 times and never pay a fraction of a penny. That's true. You could see if you have a little bit of common sense, you could see that this was designed to help everyone, not just the big people, all of us, right? Make it easy for everyone.
Because the artist is going to make a profit, or else why do it?
That's how I feel, right? So if you're driving, people got to understand too. I'm noticing too, like there's a lot of influencers that talk about outside of BSV, where I'm still learning. But I think I'm a little bit ahead of them when I'm learning about some. If you know the truth and the facts, because the facts are there about BSV, transactions, everything what it does, why do we need 99,000 other technologies that need other technologies to help them when we have BSV that can help everybody.
Yeah, it does not make any sense. It's pure logic would say just use the one, really.
Yeah, like even if we do it on the tech side, if I wanted to send someone $1, it's not costing me nothing. So that is real, right? So for people that are poor, it's digital cash. If I want to go buy a chocolate bar for $1.05, I could still buy with BSV a chocolate bar $1.05. But if I use Ethereum, BTC, or anything else, it's costing me to spend $1 over $20. It doesn't work. And it doesn't help us, the little guys that are trying to save our money just to get by and make a living. Correct.
And it takes the risk out of it, doesn't it? If it's not costing you a fortune to mint everything and list it, then the risk is taken out and you can just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yes, and even the youngsters, we've promoted some young talent.
Yeah.
We have like 13-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids. We set them up with BSV wallets.
Yeah.
They got exotic frogs. They got exotic. What else did they get?
Everything.
They got they made over 10,000 US off like a couple $100 bucks I gave them.
For real.
Whoa.
And like 4 or 5 of them.
And they're designing on Relay X, they're designing their own NFT artwork. Yeah. It's affordable. Like my son too is doing it. I give him $40. With that $40, he's good for the whole month.
Yeah.
You know,
they can play.
Yeah, they can use it. They can actually use the technology and they can connect with it.
How old is your son?
My son is just turned 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to start a group for the young boys.
The young BSVers.
They need to teach us a thing or two.
I have my son a link tree built with all of his referral links to all the different social networking and advertising platforms, and I gave him $30 in all 3 of the wallets. To play crypto fights or Haste Arcade or any of these things, and he doesn't even get on it. But if I can get him inspired with a little group of friends, they can start playing with each other, and that's
how old is he?
That's why
13. He'll be 13 June 30th. So I think it's like we all have boys the same age, and we all want to get into a monetized gaming system like BSV offers, because right now, all of the time and energy he's spending on these other games give him nothing towards his future.
It just costs money. That's it.
Yeah. But BSV offers actually like financial incentives to, get really good. And,
my eldest is a programmer, so he could be writing the damn games,
Who knows what, our kids come together and build if we really
That's
just.
a good idea. BSV for kids. There
Yeah.
should be like a channel. You know the YouTube channel, BSV for kids?
Fern's son could do it.
Yeah, his son could
Yeah,
do
if
it.
you organize it, I'll get my son there. Just get him to, like, whenever he's ready, he can be like the host or something, and I'll bring a couple other people. Because I actually was in the car with my son, and one of his friends was hearing what I was listening to on a podcast for BSV. I can't remember which one, but he started asking me questions and got my son re-interested in what I had done for him. So I know I have 2 boys that will come and we've got to get that up.
And that's a good feeling that you got that opportunity to showcase, and you don't got to worry about all this money and transaction fees, and it motivates you to do more.
We can really easily build a link tree for each one of the boys that then when they, say to their friends, hey, here's my tree, it has everything their friend needs. So we can streamline onboarding of their friends for them. And then they can, just like the opportunity here for them is amazing at this age.
I have been banging on about this opportunity to my kids, Casey, for years.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's the fact that it's coming from me that's the
exactly. That's why we need
because it's mom and dad, right?
It's like,
can't be cool.
Like I always tell them too, like just communicate. We're in the same roof over our head. Like, you're coming out with these little pixel heroes that you're doing. I know you did 50 only, but communicate with us because we can promote it for you. And then that would be better for you. Just don't come out and you're not promoting or you're not hashtagging me or you're not, what I mean? I don't even know what you're doing. And then you come to me 5 days before, yeah, this is my date. 2 days later, like, oh my God, like I'm panicking, right? Like I want him to feel good. I don't want him to have that negative feeling that he didn't do enough to get it out there, or he failed, right? There's no such thing as failure, right? We always learn through our mistakes and we get better through them, right? I always tell my kids that. Don't let anyone discourage you either. Just do whatever you want to do, because I did it. I changed. I went into a hard business. I didn't know anything of it. I accomplished a lot. I can't believe it, where I put my mind to it. I zoned out everything and I accomplished what I accomplished. But then I met John, Bitcoin Apostle, and first it was the crypto, then it was NFTs. And I was thinking, wow, look at this NFT. And I was always an artist. Like I draw, sketch, all that. My whole life, I love it, right? So I'm thinking, wow, if I start doing this and turn it into digital, and with this music now and online entertainment, because back in the day when we grew up, we didn't even have cell phones or computers. You had to promote either in the newspaper or locally, you know what I mean, or word of mouth, right? Now we have this opportunity. Like there's so much you can do online now, where I said, you know what, I'm going for it. So I just said, that's it. No more. My career's changed. I'm going to take the chance. And I'm gonna do it. And it's been going good. We're noticing it's starting to go good, because we put a lot of, honestly, we're picky people, but we want to have special stuff coming, entertainment, just everything that we coordinate and we do together. It's a lot of passion. We put a lot of love. Yeah. So that's why some things take some time, but it's because we just want to get the best out there for everyone all the time.
Yeah. And I love to hear it. I love to hear the backstory, because I think the artwork's so much more meaningful.
Yeah.
For me, when
Fern's
I see
very passionate,
very
to other people that have been wanting to do that but haven't had the vehicle to allow them to do it, and you're like blazing the trail for so many artists. So that's amazing. Just showing them the way of how it can actually work, and we can not be exploited broke artists. You know what I mean? Like the system is designed to keep artists and people that are trying to follow their heart. It's not a supportive thing, but when you make that decision to do that kind of a career change, and the universe is just like, all right, it gives you all the tools and keys you need to keep going.
Correct. Yeah, that's the way it felt. It just said it. I was like a calling. Like, you got to do this, Fern. This is for you, Fern. Like, you got to do this. And it was even John behind me saying, Get the sketch paper, get the pencils, and start moving.
You've got two artists here. For 3 weeks. You got two artists here, and we're creative people, and you got the mastermind here.
Yeah, I can tell.
Who got us into this, and now this is like a full-time thing for us. So
that's what's good about BSV. You put a lot of people together, man.
Yeah, and you see what's
online. Yeah, like I've met some cool people on BSV, and actually. People are going to come here. A few people came here. 620 came here. Yeah. And we met up with Ralphie, Crypto Vigilante in Acapulco.
Oh,
I met so many good people.
I love him. Yeah.
I love Ralphie. Ralphie's my...
Yeah, he's wonderful. And I mean, you should throw a big party in Toronto sometime. And
we are. It's already been told out there. We are. That's our other big niche that we have. Like we record label artists from all over the world in the 1990s, dealing with. I'll just give you some names.
We were partners in the 90s.
Big events and stadiums, and like when I did stuff, I didn't want to be normal. So how we went about it was look bigger than you are. Yeah. Put it out there, look bigger than you are, make it so exciting, give them things that they didn't expect to have, and give them more than everyone else would give them for the same price.
Don't tell them all the
fabulous. And that's BSV in a nutshell, isn't it? Because you can leverage the network to look bigger than you are.
100%. And then you'll be able to tell who are the ones that actually are here to stay and care, and who are the ones that are just here to fly by.
Yeah.
It's very easy to see that when you're doing the proper stuff, and you could tell as an artist or an outside buyer that this guy's putting in a lot of care and a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, due diligence, and campaigning and doing what he's doing. Yeah. Like it was a lot of work permits flying down, flights, booking hotels. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of concept I want to bring to the NFT community, where it's going to be entertainment. We also have in the last 10 days before mint date, which mint date is June 29th for the Cycle Parrots. We also had, since March, we've been working on a 3D animation Cycle Parrot movie trailer where they're escaping from the Cycle Parrot Asylum. Okay, it's now ready. We're going to release it very soon. So everyone's going to know when they escape, the NFTs are here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
You guys I hope you guys enjoy it.
No, we really will. I think, and I love when the concept grows into, you know, out of its box, as it were, and enters the world. So, you know, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think it's time for it to go not another direction, but a little bit more. And that's what I want to bring. That's what we've been focusing on.
Yeah.
Bringing out, allowing us on BSV, a lot of people just promote within the community. Well, we all know each other. The community knows what's going on. We need to grab more and bring the truth in and show them that this is the better way for everybody. For everybody. It's the true way. It's the truth system. It's honest.
So
compared to anywhere else.
Are doing the collage type art of everybody. Like I wanted to get everybody together to do some kind of like vision board statement, like something that you want to see in the future that BSV created the ability for it to exist, right? So if everybody put something out and we could put like a humorous undertone to it, and then marketing asset that's just like 30 seconds to a minute long video of everybody in the space. I've been wanting to see that. We had a group of people together that, you know, 50 of us that I kind of have the momentum started on that behind the scenes. So if you guys have anything to contribute to that kind of a marketing asset that we could create, like throw it over to me. And when the time comes, we'll figure out the next step of, you know, putting a video to that or whatnot. But I really want to
TikToks or something.
Yeah. Just a collage of everybody. Like if you can imagine a vision board, like if you were going to go through magazines and cut out things from the future that you want to see manifest. If each one of us,
that would be a great idea.
In a verbal little clip, and we all made it like a little, you know, commercial marketing asset. And especially if it was funny, like the death of the internet, the death of the legacy internet and the birth of the metanet, like how, well, I'll just tell you the reference in my mind. Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels on YouTube has a marketing video for the death of your website and the birth of a funnel. And it's just really funny. It's made by this really cool marketing group, but they make a lot of marketing assets like JP Sears and, you know, some big names and those funny commercials and all that kind of stuff. We need something like that for BSV. I would love for it to be viral worthy and be funny and like incorporate everyone, bringing together that unity and coherence that we all have in this space for, you know, a collective vision of the future that we want to create now that BSV enables so many different models to be built. We don't have to subscribe to that bullshit anymore. We can literally just defund the legacy internet by funding all of this stuff over here. It just, the only way we've ever really gotten any change out of big tech and, you know, big advertising agencies is to hit them in their pocketbook. Stop letting them get all the money. So taking all that money from over there and just siphoning it over here with humor and love and heart mails. I mean, right? Heart to heart, no middleman. Being in our power, in our heart spaces, interacting with each other from that place. And that's what we're creating over here.
I just want to mention Diddy's gone because she was having to use her mobile phone because her internet was down and her phone's run out of battery. So that's
picture there.
Yeah. No, she apologizes anyway. But no, I think these are wonderful ideas. And I, you know what I'd love to see is your Toronto Citadel here as like a 3D model So like a space where people can have like a
people can walk
VR
through
chat.
and look at it. Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That would be cool because
Yeah.
you're like at the heart of BSV there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where are you guys from? One of you from Toronto?
No.
No. I'm England, like up near Liverpool in England. Casey, where are you again?
St. Louis,
Liverpool.
Missouri.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say you guys are invited. You guys wanted to come to the NFT
I
party.
would love to go.
Very, very kind of you. I mean, how easy is it to get into Canada though these days? Presumably not so easy.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think we have problems everywhere and all getting in and out right now.
Yeah. I think that's probably the main barrier at the minute. You know, I think people would love to show up internationally right now.
One, you'll be able to get to all our
We'll
other
have
ones
more,
because it's
yeah.
not going to be one. That's just for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. It's 24 hours a day. Like
Yeah.
we got to be told to stop what we're doing and take a break. That's how it is.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
It's really great that you guys can all do it together, though. To be husband and wife, and if that's something that you guys can connect and do together, that's beautiful. I mean, I love that.
It's not often you'll have like, you know, you got childhood friends here, you got a husband and wife team. It's like
Powerful.
it's such a great collaboration, right? Like there's not a lot of stories like that. Like a lot of people are doing things individually, but I think we're kind of a unique trio here in the sense that, you know, we all found ourselves into this and we all just threw ourselves into it 100%. So it's, you know,
Shining a big bright light together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because we grew up, me and him as kids, and every time I think about when we used to do events and stuff, we'd sit there. Me and him would have so much passion. No one else would help us. We would sit there and carve 100 pumpkins just to put that displayed everywhere, and like we would go crazy with each other. So that's how much passion. You know, when you got that passion, and something's going to go wrong, and now we're butting heads, and we're getting scared that it's not going to work out, and then it's like, okay, calm down. Everything's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Like we've been like that ever since we were
family by the sound of it.
Yeah, long time.
And also other BSVers that are from Toronto, we've been really close. One of my best friends too is BSV Bully.
BSV Bully
on Twitter.
Yeah.
His wife, his son,
Yeah.
his kids are all into BSV. His son actually minted the frog.
Which one?
The McDonald's.
Oh, the McDonald's and
he
the
sold it
Devils.
for 66 BSV. He was 12 years old.
Yeah.
12 years old.
And then he just mint a juice, an exotic
Juice
juice.
from the
Wow.
apes. Yeah, like it's really good. And then they learned a lesson. They thought because Ethereum and OpenSea,
They went to
Yeah.
Ethereum
big,
first.
Yeah.
kind of
They lost their
persuade
shirts.
people this way to get in there. That everyone thinks that you go there, you're making this big money.
Yeah.
But you know what? They learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
And
They
won't.
lost a lot of money. Their NFTs went to zero.
Yeah,
In
they were
Ethereum.
converted. It's like proof of work, right? It's like, here it is. They did it. They were successful and it was easy and it's the way to go, right? So it's good.
Well, no, that's right. I mean, you just want people to try it. Then I think you're right. We're going to bring people in from the outside, and then
Yeah, that's a big.
Every time I do
try it, you'll get it. Yeah.
Every time I do my promotion, it's always about getting your hand cash wallet
Yeah.
and buying BSV,
Yeah.
because that's the easiest place you could buy BSV right now.
Yeah.
From what I see, is
Yeah.
hand cash. Then
So
from
North
hand
America, yeah.
send it to Twitch, send it to RelayX, send it to whoever you want.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been promoting, like steady.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the best way that people will come into BSV the easiest. What else
Yeah.
do you do? Open up an exchange on HitBTC and you know what I mean?
Well,
it's
that's why his videos are so important, right? Because it's not, if we're just artists and we just want to promote our work, like a lot of people don't understand this yet, or they're getting bad information or misconceptions from what's out there in the mainstream. And if more people don't come and use it, like that's what we need, right? We need people to understand it. So like, that's why Bitcoin Apostles like videos are so important, right? And Fern too, like all the time. They're not just talking about their art. They're talking about how do I use this and how easy is this? How do I get to it?
Yeah, and I love it. And I love how short they are as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Ruth,
That's not a criticism. You know what I mean?
No, because it's got to be short and sweet. Otherwise, you lose people's attention, for real.
Ruth, I got to tell you who my favorite in BSV right now is the guy from S-Script.
Oh God, yes, absolutely.
That is my favorite. I owe that guy. Like, he is
killing
I
it.
see your friend, like you were with him not too long ago, Casey, right?
Yeah, we went shooting in the desert with T-38. It was so much fun. He's
a dude. He's good.
Chawe is fascinating to talk to listen to him and to be sitting there and observing a conversation between him and Ryan.
I know. That must be great.
It was great. It was great. I mean, it's so inspired just listening to the possibilities. We are so early, and there's so many things that are game changing coming to the forefront here over the next 6 months to a year. Even is going to be just transformative. I'm really excited to have such a bird's eye view of the technical background of the new protocols that are going to change, like the internet as we know it. It's just like I don't have to understand it to know how powerful that's going to be.
That's very powerful.
Yeah, one of my favorites is Robert Cozy. I don't know how you pronounce his name, from Cambridge. Have you seen him? He's got like Vianex, and he does. I think he's like probably got about 5 different businesses. Just this one guy, basically, and he innovates like in his sleep or something. I don't know how he finds it.
Who's that?
Robin Coase. He's one of the mentors for the Block Dojo, and he does Vianex. Look him up. He's incredible.
If I see him,
like the German Chawe,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's trying to get him on the show actually.
I'm really excited to see all the Ethereum changeover as it does start to happen. Tyler, I mean, that is just going to be like a giant domino that falls once people really they don't be like it's
a lot of people
just financially like raped from freaking those gas fees and stuff. It's insane. That just feels so violating to have to pay those kind of fees. So I love unleashing the power of all that stuff without all the just bad vibes.
When you go into that side there, I don't mean to put no one down, but it's kind of, how do I say, like now that I know, I've learned it, when you go there, it's like so big, this market, and the way it is, it's like so much bad things are happening, hackers, duplication, the transferring of coins. And sometimes if you transfer, there's so many outside wallets that need to hook up, and you need this certain coin to get to this coin just to get the art that you want. And then when you go to BSV, it's so relaxing. Everything is there. You press one button in matter of a blink of an eye. And I do a lot with hand cash. I'll send people $5. From my old job, I was working, I would grab the hand cash, say, you know what, do this, and I'm going to send out, it's not going to cost you even a penny. I'm going to send you a penny or $1 faster than you can blink. When they see that, that's it. Now, okay, teach me about this, Fern, teach me about that. Let's do this. Now I got everyone calling me. No.
And then when you tell them that penny is going to turn into a ton more than a penny over the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a tiny amount of money that you're earning. You earn these micropayments. They're going to turn
100%.
into 100%.
So that's going to come. That's coming. I could see it. You could see where the facts and how everything performs and what's going on with BSV. If everyone really knew the truth, like, I mean, the big official, the elites and everybody, you would only need one. One is good for everyone.
You're totally right. And Ethereum are just moving to proof of stake this week, I think. And it's not going to solve any of the fee problems, any of the gas problems. And proof of stake's bogus as well because of what Craig always says about it. It basically gives rich people more. So it's
That's right.
And I think once people figure out that moving to proof of stake hasn't solved any of the problems of Ethereum, I think there's going to be a real exodus. I think there's going to be a big loss of investment, personally.
I'll tell you, a lot of people don't know about BSV.
Yeah,
a lot.
Outside the box.
When I went to Acapulco with Ralphie, we went to a party, like the anarchy party's more, there's not BSVers there. There's Monero guys.
Monero guys, yeah. Like Raphael Laverde, yeah.
Yeah, it's all those guys. But it was only me and my other partner, Bitcoin Moses.
Yeah.
He's underground. Nobody,
Yeah.
only a few people know him. But we went there and we started preaching BSV to OG Bitcoin guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till like 4 a.m. in the middle of the street screaming at each other. Okay?
Right, yeah.
Did you meet Dean Ryan and Mike Adams?
At the Anarchy Party?
Dean Ryan from The Real Deal Media and Mike Adams from Natural News, the health ranger. That dude's been like completely scrubbed from the internet, practically been so censored. He created a alternative to YouTube called Brighteon TV, but yeah, they were there. I've been trying to get like Kurt or Ryan or somebody on Dean Ryan, The Real Deal Media's show, because it's a lot of people that are awake to, you know, all the issues, and they do know about crypto. But
If they were there,
I was just wondering if you guys met them.
if they were there, they seen Bitcoin Apostle. And
Yeah.
They
Ralphie.
were on stage.
Because Ralphie put me on stage.
Yeah, for sure.
He put me on stage, and I was
Yeah.
talking about Twitch. And then when
Good.
I got off stage, there was like 50, 60 people around us wanting to sign up to a Twitch wallet. And
Yeah.
they were all Monero guys.
Yeah.
There was
Good job.
The people who are most likely to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
an author wrote a book about Monero. I was teaching him BSV.
So
Yeah.
the transpiler does Monero code or something too, right? Like, did you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's that?
Definitely
I
does,
thought-
definitely does Ethereum, but I don't know about Monero. I could look it up.
I thought the
Monero.
transpiler did other chains too, not just Monero or not just Ethereum code.
No,
I
don't
could-
they run their own type of algorithm? I don't know how they run it. It's not with the 256 algorithm. Like they don't run it like that, right?
It was something that
I mean,
Ruth-
Ralphie was explaining it to me, but
we need
You know
him on our show.
I understand those guys. I understand Monero. I understand what they're about, and
Mhm.
it's not bad
Yeah.
if you want to be private, and if you want to be, private. If you
Yeah.
don't want- Yes.
That's the thing, though, about BSV that few people understand is that it's the most private version of Bitcoin while still being legal. I mean, it's ridiculous how few people know that. I mean,
People
you
think
can
Bitcoin's
use it in such a way that it's private. I mean, and by having a new address for every transaction,
That's right.
but still legal and still compliant with all the world's laws. So it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
It
for
is.
sure. But
And
what,
so
who's
did you
rolling?
convert-
Sorry,
Sorry.
Ruth? Go ahead, Ruth.
I was going to say, did you convert anybody? Do you think?
I've
did you
converted all kinds of people.
Everybody.
Believe
Yeah.
Yeah.
me, Ralphie, and Bitcoin Moses.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Bitcoin Moses is an OG from 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ralphie's an OG too.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Raphael,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm with the two people that are.
They're just amazing as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Raphael is
If I had a problem with somebody, I would just call Ralphie and say, Ralphie, tell this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they're
I
all-
think convert anybody. Yeah,
I'll tell
for sure.
We converted some Monero people. And then I'm going there next year again, and I want to throw a rave
Yeah.
Oh,
in
great.
Acapulco because I met all the owners of all the promoters of Acapulco, all of them.
Well, Jeff,
They all love me. They all say,
Yeah.
let's have a party together, get some international DJs. I've been in Acapulco for like 30 years, all of us.
All of
We
us.
lived
It's
I
like a
know.
second
I
home.
know that Raphael is, involved with Jeff Bruick, but why has Jeff Bruick not talked about BSV that I know of? Have you guys? I haven't seen his crypto or dollar vigilante content in a while.
Isn't Jeff a Monero guy?
What?
Isn't Jeff more of a Monero guy?
I don't know. The last time I listened to him was, a year and a half ago, and he was still doing the gamut of the whole crypto space. The last thing I remember him trying to funnel me into was EOS, saying it was the Ethereum killer and all this stuff. And I'm like, wait, that's run by some. Never mind.
Yeah.
You know what?
I haven't heard of EOS in years.
I met him. I talked to him a little bit online, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I never really chilled with him. I'm more.
Yeah, no, I met him in Vegas at a Freedom Fest. I went there to do an interview with him, and anyways, yeah, after learning about BSV and how Cliff High, him, and a few other really big influencers that I was following, like Roger Ver, and going to all these events, meeting these people, and had learned about BSV, and none of them were talking about it. We're all these guys. I was like, all right, I'm out of this ecosystem and just laser focused only on BSV for the last year and a half.
Big conspiracy going on.
Yeah, it's like intentional not talking about it and leading a lot of really innocent investors into
I know everybody.
Really like straight criminal. I tagged Roger Ver's post the other day. I was like, straight criminal that you did not mention BSV in response to one of his tweets or something, and a bunch of people liked it. It's like so obvious at this point. Anybody that knows the whole story, who's in bed with who.
Yeah. But everybody acts proper towards their pocket, right?
Yeah.
Like,
basically, yeah, they show.
McDonald's is not going to be promoting Burger King, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, and then you see all these crypto influencers and projects getting in bed with the World Economic Forum and blatantly advertising for those affiliations, and that's kind of a red flag to me too. It's like, okay, how are people still, staying loyal to their wallets when that is, kind of alarming? I'd much rather look into alternative options if you're awake to those types of signals.
Yeah.
But
Don't worry, Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre is going to land a big deal soon.
yeah.
And I know the head guy of the internet or something like that is talking to Craig Wright about talking at their. Do you know anything about that? Something about.
Don't.
I know there's some huge changes coming next week. I just got some inside information. There's some big announcements coming next week of some very big influencer people in BSV changing roles a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's going to be some big news. And the affiliations that are, networking things that are happening behind the scenes, like you said, are really big. Connections being made that are going to change.
I can't wait.
Dubai.
I can't wait. I can't really wait. So basically, everyone realizes, even these influencers. I go online, and I'll go to these influencers that have like lots of followers. Everyone trusts them, and I always ask one simple question: what about BSV? And nobody wants to talk to me. And then I'm a little excited, and I'll say to them, "Okay. So you think this is the real Bitcoin, or you think that this is not better than Ethereum?" As you guys are talking about all these other ones, misinforming the public, which I think you guys are misinformed and brainwashed, because to me, it's common sense. You could see what BSV really does. Like you see it, they don't need nobody, and it just gets better and better and better. Pretty soon, that pie chart is going to be a green golf ball.
Well, you see, influencers that do have, a heart and some, what is the word, integrity to them, basically. Like Brittany Bits, she had crypto word in her podcast and totally changed that because she's like, I'm not subscribing to that stuff anymore. And, so people that wake up to it, if they don't change course, it is a very bad sign to their, ulterior motive to me. It's just, it's like something really nefarious is going on in this space as well that can't be discounted when you see those types of activities. So it's casting a vote. Even you guys putting all of your time and energy into this space, we're casting a vote, and the universe is going to support you. So at the end of the day, we're on the right side of the universal flow, of the positive side of history here. That's all we can do.
This is a big thing that's happening. We're part of it. Just like I tell everyone, like they told us about the internet was dangerous. It wasn't here to stay. They made everyone look this way and they got in that way. It's another thing, like when I explain this, how it's going to work is like, we weren't around when there was no money. And let's say Ruth had the eggs and Casey had the milk and you guys would barter before money actually existed. Then they had the coins. Then they introduced paper money. Well, I keep telling, like, I don't really like talking outside the box anymore to other people because they always turn it into a fight or an argument about cash is here to stay or crypto, which crypto's crypto. BSV is not crypto. It's digital cash. Outside of that, I agree. Crypto needs to be regulated. It needs to be, all this other stuff needs to go away because it's hurting the reputation of what we're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the trouble, is that a lot of people got totally the wrong end of the stick. They think that Bitcoin's dead in the water because they didn't scale, but then they don't know about BSV. So they write Bitcoin off and then think they have got to be in all these other cryptos. They're being led like a merry dance, basically.
I say it's a global liquidity grab playing out right before our eyes.
And I feel it's not fair to the inexperienced new people coming in, because if they go with the wrong technology and they've been persuaded by influencers or people that they trust and don't do their own homework, which I tell everyone, it doesn't matter how big and how much they know, do your own homework and you'll know.
It's like people like me, right, that don't come from like years of computer science backgrounds or programming. How do I verify some of these claims? Like, it's difficult for me to go, and I go and do my own research, right? Painstakingly. That's what the course is all about that I'm doing. And that's part of all of that, because I like to understand it for myself. And I'm not just going to take somebody else's word for it, right? Like, a lot of people want to argue with me too. Even if you just bring it up, you can't even just have an opinion about it. It's outrageous.
It's one of my favorite things to get on Clubhouse and get into a crypto room. And I always get thrown off stage or thrown back into the audience because I bring up BSV. But yeah, it's necessary. I mean, like I said,
we have to be willing to have a discussion. We have to be willing to everybody drop your biases, drop your own narrative that you got going on in your mind that you want to be right. There's facts are facts, right? And we can fact check things, and we can go back and we can look and verify, and that's what this is. That's what this should be, right? That's it.
But you know what the problem is that people in Ethereum, they made so much money. It's in their best interest to
keep the bandwagon.
Yes. You understand? So
that's true.
They don't
right?
want to learn.
You're right. Not everybody's going to have altruistic motives, right? They're gonna look after their.
And when people start talking about crypto and they say, okay, what's going to go up, what's going to go down? Okay, forget it. You don't know crypto.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about what's going up, what's going down, you don't know. You wouldn't even want to be in BSV.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we've got so much going on that's positive. I'm really excited about all of this. I love your idea of entertainment and trying to bring people in virally from the outside by making it more entertaining and more kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Total, complete.
Incorporate it all together. Like I'm honestly, guys, I'm super excited. I've seen the change and how everyone's seen the commitment and everything, and I'm just like a little kid right now. I'm super excited. I can't get enough, and it's going to be much more. A lot of people in the beginning looked at me, thought, okay, this guy's a little bit cuckoo. What's going on? Because I wasn't showing no art. I was just building up my story, and everything leads up to the new story. And now I think they're starting to see that it's just me. You're getting the real me. Like, I'm like this every day too, guys. My kids love me.
For real.
Like, I'm the one that puts the costume on and I'll run outside. And I'm one of those guys.
Exciting, you guys, for sure.
People showing up in costumes, weird.
We have exciting. Here. We have a lot of footage here, and some interesting conversations.
Cool.
camera, but we never really. We got to get it.
A lot of editing.
Yeah.
A lot of editing.
Yeah, they need to edit that together and put it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even from when we started with Twitter, we recorded everything.
Even before that, we were already starting. Yeah.
You know what I love though about BSV as well? Like the market's tanking lately, and we're all happy as Larry. We don't give a shit, do we?
Yeah.
Because we've got stuff.
I've been noticing on Twitter, a lot of people, I've been seeing it, that, oh my God, I come into the BSV. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. You know, lots are going on. I can't it's every day it is. Every time I go in, I love it. And then you go to the other side just to go take a look because I'm that way. It's like a cold, nobody knows nobody. When I go back to BSV, everyone's talking to each other. We're helping each other. And I keep explaining to all of our artists and collectors, if we all stick together and we keep helping each other, we're going to get too strong.
Well, we've got a lot of help, but
Yeah.
from BSV people, a lot. From
Well, and I was
the bottom.
Well, yeah, and we also have, like I said, that group of people that are, interested in making some kind of marketing asset together as a collaborative effort. So let's keep, that in the background going on, and
always.
if we get together and whatnot, so we can.
Those are things to work on. That and BSV Kids, right? So
yes.
Yeah, I like that idea, BSV Kids. We've got to call it something cool. Do you think they'd be offended by BSV Kids? Should we be calling it?
It's got to have a catchy name, something.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with a if you don't, you could pick your son's brain. If he's already immersed in some of these platforms and he's, having some success on them and navigating them and learning them and is ready to kind of show others, like pick his brain on a brand name that he would want to run with. It would kind of be like his channel he could start here. I'll just help bring the youth to the table from my little network over here, and I'm sure everyone else will do the same. But that's right there that'll take off really cool for your family. So there's a lot of opportunity for gamers in this space, and I do think with the as far as mass adoption of BSV goes, it could easily come from a domino of gaming,
absolutely, and come from the kids, from the next generation.
As soon as they realize they can make money, and not just spend money, totally different ballgame.
And we all know that follow the kids, because the kids know. The kids know, and
I save them.
When I see what they've learned,
children. We've got to save them from dark games and dark funnels that just suck them into a world that does nothing but harvest their energy and doesn't feed them back in any way.
Come on.
So,
I was going to say, I mean, BSV should hopefully give a safe space for kids, because the internet at the moment is not really a safe space.
I know.
It's bad, guys. I've learned a lot too, where I had a little incident with my daughter. She's turning 13. They believe that playing online and talking to someone that they believe who they say they are on the other side.
Because they're innocent.
It's really bad. It's a big thing where these people have an advantage right now because they're trying to make the security better for the children, but they're not right now. So you got guys that are old people using technology to make themselves look young, their voices change, and they suck the kids in this way.
I know.
This I'm noticing. Metaverse should be, before they make it active and ready to go for kids, I'm hearing a lot of stuff that's going on this metaverse stuff too. Being a girl or bullying people. This is still the same as being in real life next to someone. That's the way I look at it, right? The kids that are being picked on online, and it does take an effect on a child mentally. And I don't think that's right or fair. I think the proper way is to regulate it the proper way, because you got predators and you got bullies and you got these types of people online that are causing this. And then you know how our kids are. A lot of people, like my kids, will get shy first. They won't say it until we as parents start monitoring everything. And that's how we found out in regards to that. And we made my daughter watch a movie just to show what really happens to children and humans. I mean, adults.
Exactly, because adults can still get trapped in the same way as well.
You're gone. You're gone.
Yeah.
It's
I
real.
mean, if
It's
an
real.
adult can get catfished and the effect it has on an adult, just imagine what that effect, that
Yeah.
negative effect that is having on a child. And that's one of the things that I really want to advocate for as well, is this safe space for children to, you know, because adults need to become a little bit more mature in the way that they deal with children in the first place. We can't keep on doing the things that we are.
Best for us, but not best for them. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, it's for us to be better people.
Yeah.
I
The
totally
worst thing I see is the violent communication. Like, there is a positive disruptive technology called nonviolent communication that Marshall Rosenberg pioneered. And it's all about like speaking from the heart, or like a jackal. He uses the giraffe as a example because it's the mammal with the largest heart on the earth. And but the language on these video games with these boys is so violent and mean. Like, I have a 3-year-old
negative.
learning
It
to
is.
speak.
Right.
And I see that my son at his dad's because I can't have that around my infant that's learning to talk. It's so bad. And like, these are grown men playing with little boys, talking
Yeah.
like
I know.
and grooming them in these conversations while they're playing these games. It's so gross. This is why I'm like, please have your son hook up this group.
Yeah, I'm happy I caught on to this, because as a parent, you get blinded. You think, oh, it's just kids playing and this, that. No, it's more. This roadblocks and all these games is much more. You can see this messages behind everything. Like these
I'm gonna
new
go deep for 1 second with these like really dark people on the planet that are doing a lot of the human trafficking. There's a lot of disclosure that's come out that said one of the ways they were communicating globally with each other is via video games.
Yep.
So you have some of the darkest predators playing with our kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. When I learned that, I was like, the addiction is so ingrained now in my son's, you know, being. I can't even fight it anymore. It's like, okay, well, I just reroute it into something that is less, you know, dark. Like, I feel like BSV gaming world is. So
yeah.
So that is actually a good point, because it's actually now in the like psychiatrist or the psychiatric medical directory that there is a syndrome, isn't there? Like gaming addiction syndrome or something. It's like, so I mean,
it's multidimensional warfare on our kids, straight up. It really is via the games. Lots of stuff going back and forth in the energy exchange between the entities in that game and your child. It's really creepy when you start peeling away those layers. What's really
the
going
metaverse is going to be very dangerous until things are very sought out, like really organized and put into place properly, because this is another door they're opening now.
Any new technology, criminals are going to grab it and you know, do whatever they do.
So maybe we need to make a space with verified identities or something.
Yeah, something like that. In regards to the kids, right? The video games is massive. And it's like when I punish my son now, I don't have to say anything. Okay, you're not doing the homework? Okay, I'm unplugging that. He'll do the homework, everything, and he's got to get back to where he was, right?
Yeah.
Thing with the
and
kids.
my son is the coolest kid when he doesn't have his phone. We have so much fun. We laugh, we play, and I see that, you know, innocence come out in him. But when he's got that device, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like my daughter over there.
How many times you got to call them? 20 times. And they'll say 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. I already ate, showered, and went to bed, and he's still telling me 5 more minutes.
Well, look, I think we should probably wrap this up because we've been going an hour and a half. But it's absolutely wonderful meeting you guys. Hopefully we'll get together again.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it. In fact, maybe we should have like online chat now.
Accommodating all of us. I know this was a last minute thing, but like I really thought these guys should have been a part of it, right? Because
I love it. Yeah.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You guys are going to log in on the 21st and watch the party.
Damn right.
Yeah. Cheers virtually.
Cheers.
I've left you a Twitter DM because I need to get all the links off you, so if you can share those links with me, and then I can put them in the description box as well. So like the links will be in the description box for the 21st for the big big opening and everything. So
At the
make sure that you
29th for the parrots.
And
Well, it
the
was
29th for the parrots.
For me, I'm going to say it was a
Parrots.
pleasure. June 29th, the Parrots. I'll get you back to Artofchain, Jesse, and I will see you guys. You guys are going to see me for sure, but I'll see you guys for sure. I look forward to it, and let's kill it. Let's kill it. Thank you.
Love your enthusiasm.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruth, Diddy, and Casey. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us again, and you know, we'll keep the positive energy going. Okay, I really appreciate you guys having our project on here.
The best way to do it through art, man. Many blessings. I love your
right.
heart.
Yeah, 100%.
It's beautiful to see what your heart has like out of you onto that. So thank you for sharing it with us.
All right. It was nice talking to you.
Peace out.
Peace out.